Welcome to Missionary Moms, where we help you to be a better missionary to your first mission field, your children, and to those around you. I'm Jenny, and today we're going to be looking at how to get the most out of going to conventions or seminars as a family. So I have 5 tips for you today. Before you even go to the convention or seminar, I think you need to sit down. I found this helpful to sit down and think about what is your purpose for going to this seminar. Maybe it's a family seminar, maybe it's GYC, a youth seminar, or convention, maybe it's a health convention. Maybe it's something for work. But if you actually sit down, maybe with a notebook, and actually write down why you're going to this convention, and not only why you're going, but what is your main goal in going? Is it for health? Is it for personal growth? Maybe it's actually for your children, and you want your children to grow spiritually. If you actually define why you're going to the event that you're going to, it will help to shape the decisions you make as you go through the seminar and through the convention, and the choices you use to what you use your time for at the convention. So sit down and write down why you're going and what is one thing. Now there's many things that could benefit you from lots of different programs or conventions you go to, but try to target it down to one thing that you want when you walk away from this convention or seminar, that you want to walk away and say, you know, I actually accomplished the goal that I went. To choose a doable amount that you can actually accomplish. You know the ages of your children. You know your family dynamics. Are you going to be getting meals at this convention, or are you going to have to cook the meals yourself? Are you going to have to drive back and forth? Are you staying right where the convention or the seminar is? All of these factors are going to play into what is doable for you. I have found that managing expectations before I go to a seminar, especially with families and when you have young children, really makes a difference in your mindset. And I had an experience where I went to a young adult convention, GYC. I had gone many times before when I was single. Well, I went when I had a little baby, and it's just not the same when you have children and you go to the same convention. And this convention was geared towards young adults, primarily young adults that maybe don't have children. It was definitely more of a convention that is to inspire for missions. And so you have to understand, if you're going to a convention that the thrust maybe isn't exactly targeted toward you, though you can be blessed by it, just tailor your expectations. When I was single, I could go to several different seminars. I could go to all the booths and all of that. When you are married and you have young children and you go to a convention, be aware that it's not going to be the same as if you didn't have any. So what I like to do is I like to go through the schedule. You pick up your little schedule, whatever it is, and you decide what seminars or what things on that schedule can I actually go to and still maintain peace and calmness, because you do not want to lose your Christian experience and you're cool with your kids and make chaos just because you want to go to every amazing thing that is on the schedule. And I know it's tempting. You want to get your money's worth. I understand. Trust me, I understand. But the way you get your money's worth is not by going to every single thing that you can go to at a convention. It's by choosing the things that are most important, that are going to be most impactful. And may I say that I think that this is actually really good, even if you could go to everything because you were maybe single, don't have kids, that is maybe not the best, because we get information overload and then we don't apply what we learn. And this is my favorite. You are going to want to make it worth it. Make this conference worth it for you. And how do you make it worth it? Too many times the Word of God, or whatever thing we're learning, health, whatever the conference might be about, too many times we go and we get information. lots of information. There's a lot of speakers. We're going to seminars or sermons, and we get a lot of information and beautiful motivation, beautiful tips. In order to make it worth it, you need to take notes, is my recommendation. I recommend, if they don't provide you with a little notebook, that you take a little notebook with you and you take notes, bullet points, however you want to take it. Jot the things that stand out the most to you down. You're not going to remember everything, especially in a convention where you might be going to multiple things, even though you're going to prioritize maybe one seminar out of the whole convention. Then after you take your notes, either take some time in your downtime that you plan. You're going to look over your notes and make a practical takeaway. What is the main takeaway that I'm going to take away from the whole sermon or the whole talk that I just heard, that I just took notes on? And that would be like your application. What is that takeaway? And then from that takeaway, this is key, and you're going to love this, it's going to change your life, is you're going to actually make a project. And a project is something that you can actually accomplish within a short amount of time, within the next day or two, or at the most in the next week. And that project is going to be based off of the main takeaway that you got from the message. As you can see in my notes, you can see that from this sermon, I had the application, my children need trials to grow, just like I do. And my project is, when my child goes through something hard, don't prevent it. Pray for them and sympathize. And I actually need to narrow that down even more. So when setting a project, it has to pass. It has to be practical, achievable, specific, and scriptural. And if you want to learn more about how to make your applications and your principles into a project that passes, I encourage you to check out the fastmissions.com website. Really great. And I'll link below the class on how to really turn your applications, whether it be a sermon or a talk or a Bible study, into something that is very practical that you can do. Knowing that they need to go through trials to grow, just like we need to go through trials to grow. That's what the sermon kind of stood out to me, the application that I got. Trials do refine us, and our children need trials just like we do. Choose peace over chaos. Now, I'm the type, I do not like being late for whatever program it might be, and it can cause peace to turn into chaos when you're rushing. So something you can do to avoid this is, one, wake up with plenty of time to get everybody ready. Be aware that there might be challenges in getting people up, so plan for that. Plan ahead. But also, just keep in your mind that what is more important in the moment. For instance, I love going to song service. I don't like missing the song service at some of these conventions that we go to. Today, I had to forfeit some of the song service, but I needed to keep calm. My youngest wasn't ready. I had chosen to wake her up later than necessary, and I kind of knew that. So I went into it with the mindset, okay, we might miss some of the songs, which I really like, but is missing some of the songs in the song service, or whatever you're going to be a little late for, worth losing your Christian experience over, as far as not having the fruit of the Spirit? And is it worth causing the stress and the chaos in your family? Choose peace over chaos by choosing what is most important. Ideally, you would plan ahead. You don't want to be late for things. I mean, it's a good trait to be on time and timely. But if it causes you to show the devil's characteristic traits, then it's not worth it. Choose peace, and don't make it chaos in your house just so you can be on time for something. A tip that I have that a lot of people actually overlook, even if you're super social like me, is when you tend to go to a convention, you're all about the knowledge and whatnot. But actually, a very important thing to take note of and to do is focus on connections. Connections with other people, connections with your family. And I don't mean just like business transaction type of connections. Life is actually made up of relationships. And Jesus, he spent time with his disciples. It was not all about teaching. He actually lived life with them. And so I encourage you, as part of the convention or whatever you're going to, seminar, to really focus on relationships. Remember that the relationships that you build are going to last far longer than any information you get or any seminar you attend. The information is great, but the relationships are more important. Actually take down phone numbers, emails, try to connect in a relational way with people who are like-minded, and that you would be able to build one another up in whatever sphere you guys connect on. So I'm currently actually at a convention right now. It's actually called National Family Retreat. It's by Restoration International. And we are having a wonderful time here in Oklahoma. They have once a year, they bring in speakers, and it's all about connecting with God, with families, and with your spouse, with your children. So really enjoying myself. If you have liked this video and it's been helpful to you, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel and also like this video. It helps with the algorithm, and check below for some helpful links.